Hello everyone, my name is Archon Virtual, and welcome to Minecraft. So today I'm going to be starting a actual Minecraft Let's Play. Let's see, what should I name this world? So the idea of this Let's Play in particular is that I'm just gonna try and kill the Ender Dragon, so let's maybe name it around that. Why not just call it Minecraft Quest? We'll be doing this in survival, difficulty normal. Commands, I could always open it up to LAN and use commands later if I really need to, but I would rather just leave these on. We'll just do default. Generate structures. We will not be using the bonus chest. And then I will also be using keep inventory. Where is it? Nah, I'll leave the entity cramming threshold alone. Sometimes I turn that up to 32. Okay, here we go. Here's the player stuff. Ha! Why not? We'll do respawn immediately as well. And keep inventory will be on. That'll be interesting. So this will make it look like we wake up from a dream the moment we die, which is awesome. Player locator bar, I'll just leave that off. Oh, and where's phantom spawns? Okay, off. I hate those things. Everything else seems fine. All right, done. All right, let's see where we end up. Hopefully this will be not an ice biome, hopefully. That's gonna be hard to farm with. Oh, cool. Okay, so a default one. Ah, my computer. This should smooth out here in a minute. Maybe. My render distance is set to like far, I think, so that might take a minute to load. I'll just work through it. Dogs! Hi, guys. Oh, they're not happy. Whatever, we'll just start punching trees and collecting some wood. Is my frame rate any better now? A little bit. I might turn my viewing distance down a little. Oh, that's way too high. Well, no, I'll leave that. Okay, here we go. Render distance. We'll just lower you down. Oh, it wasn't set to far. We'll just set you down to 8. That should still be plenty. Yeah, that works. So the reason why I wanted to do this Let's Play is to kind of follow in the footsteps of the YouTubers that have come before me. When I was younger, I used to watch folks like the Yogscast, Captain Sparkles, amongst others, that did Minecraft. Now, I was never a hardcore fan. I watched some of their series off and on, but Minecraft was always kind of something I played more than I watched. Heck, I still remember when we had the original Minecraft, like the classic Minecraft game out. Sorry, I just got hit with a wave of nostalgia. But nonetheless, we are playing on the latest version of Minecraft. So our goal for this episode will be pretty much just to survive the first night. Oh, for those of you that are wondering, I am using a classic resource pack. Maybe I should delete that. Or not delete it, but like change it or whatever. Here, let me just show you what I've got. So I do have some, oh yeah, I forgot I also have this one here for making the enchantment glint blue. So this is an old 1.19 programmer art fix for like the villagers and a few other things I forget. It's been a long time since I've looked at some of these. I've even tried making some of my own. I do also have an X-ray one here to mess around with. I don't usually use that one for survival, though. I usually use that for creative mode to try and help, like, what's it called? Test certain redstone builds and also to do, like, spawn proofing and stuff for farm testing. I probably won't do very much redstone farms out here, though. At least not in the beginning. So for the first start of Minecraft, for those that are not regular players, there's usually a certain style of survival that people go through when they first start a world, which we usually call like living out of caves or building a house to survive your first night. I am a house builder. I am a more civilized man in that regard. Let's make it over here by the water. Yeah, this beach seems pretty nice. First, let's build some tools. I'm not gonna, like, thoroughly explain the crafting interface or anything. Wait a minute. There we go. And then where should I make my mine? I should just be able to place it over here. It should be fine. What direction are we at? That's south, that's north, okay. Just gonna get enough here in order to make some tools and a furnace. Oh yeah, I can also talk about all the old maps and things that I've played on in the past. So my first real version of Minecraft that I played was on the Xbox 360, which I do still have, by the way. And I do also have a capture card, so I might hook that up someday and show off like some of my old builds and things. I had an Xbox Live account that I shared with my brother that I still lived with at the time. Just a second here, I just need to make these. Okay. Then I'll make a... well, no, the axe will work as a weapon as well. Because this thing does 9 damage. Right, as I was saying, so I had an Xbox Live account that I shared with my brother for the longest time. He ultimately ended up getting it, because he was able to take over the payments for like the gold membership and stuff once he got a job. working at one of our local grocery stores. And then I eventually just made my own when I eventually got older. But we eventually did switch to PC gaming, so we didn't really end up using that for ever. But it was for like a good 10 years or so that we used that 360. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. So we primarily played Minecraft on the Xbox 360 for the longest time, often doing split screen. We couldn't at first because we didn't have an HDMI cord that was capable of being used with like our Xbox. We always reused it for like DVD players and things. At the time, we weren't really allowed to rob it because like it was used by our mom. We were kids at the time, you know, whatever. I'm getting distracted too much. I need to start building this house. But yeah, eventually though, we started playing on our own worlds on the Xbox 360. We used Xbox Live to play with our friends online. We made our bases and stuff out of old villages and things. This was before we could trade with villagers. So they were just kind of seen as useless and pillageable. I really need a shovel for this. There we go. Come on. There. But yeah, we had a lot of good times on the Xbox 360. Eventually, though, we moved to PC and got our own PC accounts and stuff, which is how I got a hold of this account and everything, and have used it ever since. Minecraft has kind of been one of the games that I could really just play forever, honestly, because the world, I know it's not really infinite, but it's big enough to me to be infinite. Like, there is way more of this world, like, individually, for me to explore and do things with than I ever could do in another video game, which is amazing. Alright, that should be enough space for comfort. Let's clean up some of this. So some people think they need to build like a large and extravagant house or something on their first night. No, you don't need to do that. What I do is typically a 5x5. There we are. We use a little bit of this stuff. I will need to grab some extra. Oh, it's about nighttime. Where's that hole? Here it is. Use this one. We're cutting it a little bit close here because I was distracted. We should be fine. Really, I probably should have been trying to find sheep in order to make a bed. But we'll be alright. Okay, that should be enough of that. Grab just a little bit of extra wood before we hide. Okay, I'll place you here. Now we need to make a door. No, that doesn't look right. There. Now let's make us a furnace. And now we can start making a little bit of... I'll do about half. We'll start making some charcoal. Wait, what? Oh. Ah, this is great. I love being able to watch the stars in Minecraft. I'm actually kind of surprised that nothing's spawned yet. I am on normal, aren't I? Yeah? Well, regardless, being right here by the ocean is also very advantageous for me because then I can build my own farms. And we can start planting things like wheat, and then we should be okay for food after a while. Oh, I see a zombie over there. Okay. So yeah, we have a little bit of a cluttered start here, but it's fine. Just build a chest here. Very nice. Throw some of this extra stuff in here. I might as well burn this wooden pickaxe. Well, nah, I'll put it to good use. So yeah, this ended up kind of being a fort rather than an actual, like, house. I'll fix that real quick, actually. I think it was 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it is 16. So this is typically the design I go for. Just kind of a combination of wood and stone. There's a zombie. How's it going, dude? Yeah, you're not going to be able to get me. We just make some slabs here. Place them over the top. Now, we still only have about 2 blocks worth of head clearance, but it's actually more like 2.5 since we just use, like, half slabs up here. It's primarily for me to, like, put chests up here and still be able to use them. I'll do... I'll just do 4 of these for the moment. There. Now let's make some more slabs. We'll just make the floor in here nice. There we go, not bad. Not bad for our first little starter house. Now he wandered off. Wait, did I just see... Are those roses or are those berries? Because we're not in the right biome for berries. Well, in any case, mission successful. We've completed the first night in Minecraft. I'll probably call it here. In any case, yeah, I'm hoping to continue playing this game of Minecraft until we kill the Ender Dragon, at least. So yeah, thank you all very much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.